Hey, it's Justin Devonshire here. Welcome to this video. Let's get straight into this. This is how coaches, professionals, and trainers can escape the time for money trap and scale up to $1 million a year, but without the hustle, grind, and stress. And it's the perfect solution for fitness, self-help, relationship, and business coaches just like you. So, look, even though you give your blood, sweat, and tears, and even though you dream of enjoying a high 6 or even 7-figure a year business, you're probably here because you know something's quite missing. Something's not quite in place yet. And when you're one of the many business owners who feel like they're stuck in a rut on some marketing guru's carousel, unable to get off, getting nowhere fast, it's time to listen up because this is definitely for you. And I remember also being overworked, burned out, and feeling like the business could collapse at any time. I was caught in the time for money trap. So let me know if this is familiar to you. I was working with clients from 6 o'clock in the morning until 9 p.m. every day. I'd squeeze in my lunch if I remembered. In my spare time though, I'd have to make websites, write emails, create content, do phone calls, and all these a million different things. I was doing it all myself. And my business just felt like a deck of cards waiting to collapse, which it did one day, but I don't think I'll go into that story today. Ultimately though, the most important thing is I sacrificed my health and relationships. I ended relationships because I was so obsessed with my business. And I was earning good money, well, according to most people's standards, but there was no freedom. So I was just stuck in another job. And the amount of times I thought about packing it in and quitting and just going to work for somebody else, I came so close, but I didn't do it. I persisted. But I had no idea how I could scale up my income, how could I reach more people, grow this business, but without destroying myself in the process. And maybe you've got similar questions, just to know I've been in your shoes. And what I had to discover eventually was the unsexy system that transforms your hustle into a real business, giving you freedom, scale, and impact. I had to learn this the hard way because my business, like I said, did collapse. I was really burned out one day doing all the tasks myself, and I got a phone call from my family. This was back in the UK. I'd moved out to Cyprus, the island I live on right now. I had this business going, this coaching business, but my family back in the UK, there was a problem. They called me up one day. My mother had been diagnosed with a brain tumor. So she was going in for surgery. I literally had to pack my bags, book a flight, and that was that. And I literally went over there, looked after my mother for a few months, and this so-called business was gone overnight. Because that's when I realized it wasn't ever a business. I told people that, but it wasn't really. It was a job. It was a full-time, well-paid job that I was the boss and the worker, and my boss was an idiot, right? And that's what happened. Only from being back at home in the UK with my parents for 9 to 12 months, I was helping my mother recover, helping out my family. And in that time is when I really relearned everything about business. I stopped listening to more marketing gurus, and instead I looked at what does it take to build a real business? What are companies like Apple doing? What do Marvel, the cinematic universe, do? What do Starbucks do? And what do other leading name coaches in the industry do? What are Tony Robbins, Les Brown? These guys aren't all doing time for money. So what are they doing differently? And that is what I set out to learn. And I did. And after 10 months of studying and then going back and reapplying it, I started the business all over again. And this is what I came up with. I call it the unsexy system because this is the stuff that most coaches don't look at or don't want to look at. But in this training video, you're about to see the real steps and the factors that will help you have more freedom, scale, and impact. But they're not going to be easy necessarily. Simple? Yeah. Smooth? Yeah, they can be. But it's not as easy as everyone tells you. It's not just get more clients. It's not just learn how to sell. It's definitely not being a good enough coach, because that's the lie everybody tells you. I'm sick of seeing it. People say, hey, if you just get some leads and you just learn how to do high pressure sales and you're a great coach, you'll have a business. And we know that's not true, because you are a great coach or you wouldn't be watching this. But you know that being a good coach has not helped you grow a sustainable, freedom-based business. So let's help you do that, shall we? First of all, though, I want to cut through the BS. Like I just said, having just a marketing funnel alone is not a business. So, building a funnel, doing Facebook ads, writing daily emails, and all that stuff is fine, but it's not enough to help you scale up a real business and get freedom. And you've also got to know that what got you to $10,000 a month revenue will not get you to $100,000 a month. Not a cat's chance in hell. Why is that? Because if you keep doing the same things that got you to 6 figures in the first place, and you try and scale to 7, you will damage your company's growth in ways you can't even see. It's a silent killer, which crushes your dreams, ruins your relationships, and damages your health. Which means if you keep doing what you've been doing to this point, there are only 2 possible outcomes. Either your business will, you'll drive your business into the ground, or even worse, it will grind you into the ground. So let's face it, the hustle and grind mentality is the quickest way for you to become a burned out solopreneur. But with the right intelligence and the right steps, you can become seen as the go-to authority in your niche, and you can have systems in place, and you can scale up your business. It's within reach in the next 6 to 12 months, once you understand how my kind of unsexy system works. So imagine this, first of all. Never having to worry about cash flow issues or low profit margins ever again. Having your business become cash rich. Imagine being able to leverage your time so that you can have the freedom to spend more time with your kids and never miss out on those important moments in their lives ever again. I've recently become a father, and I'm so blessed that I've got my business systemized and working without me. I have multiple businesses actually in different countries, brick and mortar businesses and online businesses, so I can be with my child whenever I want to. Imagine regaining the lost intimacy in your relationship. Like I said, I've ended relationships because of my obsession with business. Now, I have a lot more balance in life. I have a great partner I'm with. We have plenty of time together. We have several date nights every week, and I'm very, very happy. And imagine serving thousands of clients due to you finally being able to see the big vision and finally understanding that you can take your business big, but without getting stressed or burned out. And imagine finally having a lifestyle business, one that works with or without you every day, designed to serve you first and foremost. Now, before you dismiss the idea of scaling your business to high 6 or 7 figures a year, as well as living the lifestyle you dream of, before you think it's just a pipe dream, or it's too complicated, or too risky, or you think someone's just joking around with you, relax. It's not. I'm certainly not pulling your leg, because it's actually much simpler than you think when you know how and when you have the following steps in place. But let me show you that this repeatable system has allowed me to fill hundreds of live events in different niches and become seen as an authority in my market. It's allowed me to fully book coaching programs and high-level masterminds. It's allowed me to grow and lead a brilliant team that take 90% of the tasks off my hands. It's allowed me to live the lifestyle I choose, so I can still work when I want to, but I can also do other things that I want to do outside of work. And all by being myself, having fun, and helping people, like you on this video. Now, coaches, consultants, and experts around the world are also following my system to scale their service, get their time back, and to enjoy financial certainty. And here are a couple of quick examples just to show you that this is real. It's not just for me. I've also helped other people do it. These are 2 of my clients, Brian Grasso and Carrie Campbell, who have a mindset self-help business, and they help people with health, wealth, and relationships. We've helped them grow in the last 7 months from being just the 2 of them with an assistant to now having a team of 16 people Not only have we made a ton of cash by selling scalable services, but also we've brought in new coaches for Brian and Carrie. We've launched apprenticeship programs. We've launched new programs and retreats, and they are doing far less work than ever before. They're scaling up their income quickly, growing a team smoothly, and they're doing less work than ever. In fact, they told me the other day they finish work by 9:30 a.m. in the morning most days. Now their team and the systems take over and do the rest. There's Peter Sabo, and Peter runs a 6-figure a month Facebook ads agency. Okay, he's really good at what he does, and because of that, he suffered. The curse of the good coach is that the cost of being good is that you get busy, and that happened to Peter. He got trapped in the business. Things grew way out of hand too quickly. He had so many clients to deal with, doing 6 figures a month. But he had no life, and he was burned out and losing passion. So Peter came to get my help, and in a very short time, we were able to show him what needed to be systemized, where he could remove himself, what the mindset bottlenecks were, and then he sent me this not long after. He said that since we worked together, he hasn't spent a single minute working in the business. Now he only works on the business, strategizing, doing tasks that are worth $10,000 an hour, and everything works like a well-oiled machine. Now he's able to keep scaling the company without it nosediving into the ground, which is a situation that you might have found yourself. There's Keith Dean. This guy runs an SEO marketing agency, and Keith wanted more freedom, wanted to get out of the time for money trap. We helped him do that by showing him the systems, how to hire people, how to remove himself, how to get consistent clients. And now he's doing that and was able to not only scale his business, but he was also able to have more freedom and also had enough money coming in for his wife to quit her job. And you'll hear more about Keith Dean a bit later on. There's also Imran, another one of our clients in the program who has great knowledge, great helping people with marketing and sales, but needed to scale up the system to get high ticket sales coming in without him burning out. And that's exactly what we did for Imran. So it's worked across the board. And there are 3 pillars to this system. Number 1, the 7-figure mindset. You have to change the mindset of how you approach things. I don't mean think positively. I don't mean think, yay, I can do it. No, this is much, much deeper. This is looking at the fundamental beliefs and attitudes you have towards business because they are affecting your actions and your results. We'll talk more about that in a second. The second secret or the pillar we're going to talk about is that you need systems to get scale and freedom. We need to help you double your income or more whilst cutting your work hours in half and removing yourself. So how do we have systems in place and infrastructure that allows your business to keep growing whilst you can do less and less? And the third secret is to have a consistent and automated flow of new clients, but without the lame, outdated tactics your market have seen before. These are the 3 things you've really got to have in place. And that's what we're going to go into over the next few minutes in this video. So let's start with secret number 1, the 7-figure mindset. This is all about the fact that what got you to 6 figures will not get you to 7. So I want to show you something very quick. This is something I learned back in the day from a guy called Rob Kiyosaki who wrote the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and he calls this the Cashflow Quadrant. It's a great model showing the 4 ways you can make money. Now this was a game changer for me because when I lost my business, when I had to go back to the UK, when I was relearning everything I thought I knew about business, this was one of the first things I came across. And this blew my mind because I could see immediately what the problem was. You see, coaches and trainers who get stuck in the hustle, who are trading time for money, who are burned out, they have the mindset of something on the left. They either feel like an employee or they have a self-employed mindset. And to be honest, they're the same thing because if you're self-employed, you are an employee. And this is the problem. I was acting as a self-employed or solopreneur, which means that's the wrong mentality to grow a scalable business. And I'll explain why in just a minute. What you really need to be, as Kyiosaki taught me, was you have to move your mindset and therefore your actions to the second half, the right side of the quadrant. And you have to think more like a business owner / investor, because each of these ways of making money are driven by different forces, different mindsets. No one just happens to become an investor. People don't just happen to stay as employees. Your mindset determines your actions. Your actions determine which one of these you become. And so most coaches I meet, all the coaches I meet really, are stuck in the self-employed mindset. Maybe they do have a business, maybe they do have team members, for example, but they haven't changed their mentality. And they get stuck as a self-employed person, and that stops them from growing. Now, let's look at that in more depth, because here's what I identified. The self-employed solopreneur is governed by a few factors. Let me know if these sound familiar. The self-employed solopreneur makes decisions mostly on ego, not logic. Most things in the business aren't decided based on actually what's best or possible, but they're based on ego, comparison, fear, and so on. The self-employed solopreneur will always trade time for money. They will always be reactive to tasks. They wake up and start putting out fires every day. They look at their 25-point to-do list and go, oh, and this is reactive. It's not pushing anything forward, so they keep repeating the same thing every day. They insist on doing it alone. They have trust issues. They can't trust people. They tried hiring someone and it didn't work out, right? We've all been there. They think short term. They only think 30 days ahead, because an employed person, an employee, only thinks about 30 days in the future. They think, can I get my bills paid? So there's no long-term plan for the company. So of course, nothing changes. They're focused on what they can get from the company and need to pay their bills. And ultimately, they're scarcity-minded, focused on what is not there, what is not happening, what they're losing. And you will remain stuck if you do not address the beliefs, thoughts, and actions at this level, because you have to change these beliefs and attitudes first. You have to understand what it's really like to be a business owner. If you don't become aware of how a business owner thinks, how an entrepreneur like a Steve Jobs or a Richard Branson or a Howard Schultz, the guy behind Starbucks, if you don't think about how do these guys act differently, Tony Robbins, for example. Tony Robbins does not think like that. He thinks very differently. And because he thinks differently, he takes different actions. Because someone like Tony Robbins takes different actions, he has very different results. And his business looks very, very different. It gives him massive impact, scale, freedom. So what mindset do you require? Well, the business owner or entrepreneur thinks along these lines. He or she makes decisions based on a powerful, clear vision. They have a vision of what the company is going to be like, and it pulls them towards that decision. They never get distracted and never have shiny object syndrome because they know what they're building. They always leverage their time and they sell results. They package their programs into scalable services, or they hire a team that can offer the product for them. They are creative, not reactive. They are creative and proactive. They build systems to put out the fires every day. The entrepreneur insists on growing and leading a team to help them, even if it's a small team. They think long-term, where the company could be in 1 to 5 years from now. And they're focused on what value the company can give to its clients, to the team members, and to the wider community and society overall. That's why you see a lot of these big business owners are always doing things for charity. But they didn't start growing the business and then do things for charity. They were focused on their communities first as they were growing, and that's why more energy came behind them to help them even further. And they're abundance-minded. That's the big difference. So you've got to get that mindset right first of all. Once you do that, the second secret then is about having systems, scale, and freedom. How do we turn the daily tasks into repeatable, quantifiable systems that can now be outsourced to other people or automated to technology. So I want you to think about this first. Touching on the mindset again, is the hustle and grind really necessary? Because a lot of people don't do this work because they don't build systems, because they get bought into the hustle. Well, let me ask you, do you want to be busy or free? Do you want to earn more money but lose your free time? Most coaches don't know how to trust or train other coaches, and that's a problem. See, it's really about working smarter, not harder, if you want more freedom. The solopreneur, as we said, owns a job. But what the Cashflow Quadrant taught me was that the entrepreneur, the business owner, owns a system for creating value. And that's the big difference here. We have to create, your business is one giant system. It's a collection of microsystems that make one big system, like a conveyor belt, that prospects come in and they get churned out with a result. So do you want a busy, well-paid job, or do you want scalable wealth and freedom from a real business? Now is the time to choose, because you can't on one hand say, I would love more freedom, I would love more scale, I would love more time off, and then turn around and tell me, but Justin, I don't want to hire a team. I've tried helping people. I don't know how to systemize. You see, that's the problem. You can't go in both directions. You've got to choose. This is one of the most powerful exercises I can give you. Choose from today. If you want wealth and freedom, you have to choose it, and that means you have to learn to do different things. You have to learn new roles within your company. You have to let go of being a coach so much and also learn how to grow a coaching business, which is a different thing. So let's assume you've decided to do that. You're choosing scale, wealth, and freedom. So why do most coaches and experts stay burned out and stuck? What are some of the common problems here? Aside from the mindset, because the mindset leads to these problems. Well, the first thing is they're getting busy taking on clients. They're too busy getting busy, but there's no long-term plan for the business, so nothing ever changes. They're trying to be a full-time coach and a full-time marketer and a full-time manager, and they're not using automation and people to help them. That's a problem. And most coaches fall into the drama of the day, and they fail to build and track systems, financial systems, operation systems, communication systems, result-based systems, marketing systems, etc. So here are some things you need to do to escape the time for money trap and create a scalable business. Now, I can't go into each of these individually because this is how to grow a real business. This is pretty in-depth stuff. If you want to go deeper, I'll talk at the end about how you can work with me on my program and do all of this in much, much more depth. But here's an overview. So take some notes. Here are some things you're going to have to start to look at as the entrepreneur. First of all, what do you want for your life, your lifestyle? Create a personal vision so you keep the ultimate outcome in mind. Put business aside for a second and think, what do I want for my lifestyle? What do I want to do every day? Who do I want to do it with? Where do I want to do it? How much free time do I have? How much money do I want? How much mobility and physical freedom do I want to travel the world? You have to know, why are you building this business to begin with? And it's usually to give you a lifestyle. If you don't have this personal vision laid out, then you're going to sacrifice your lifestyle to fund the business. And it's got to be the other way around. Know what you want for your personal life first. Then we create a crystal clear architecture vision of the business at 7 figures. Now you know what you want your personal life to have. You know what the company needs to do for you. See, most coaches are so focused on what they have to do for the business, they never stop and think about, what is this business meant to do for me? So you make your personal vision, and then we create a crystal clear architecture of what your business looks like at the 7-figure mark. Sure, you might grow it more than that, but this is just the first benchmark. At 7 figures, what would the business look like? Who would be the people in the business? What functions would be happening? How much money does it have to make? How much profit margin does it have to make? What would the cost look like? The more clear vision you can get like that, the more powerful and simple the next steps are going to be. Next, you want to get your foundations right. You want to make sure you set the correct financial goals, revenues, and profits from day one. You've got to understand the financials of the business and know that to grow something of substance, there's going to be additional costs. It's not just pay off some costs and then keep all the money. You want to learn to take a salary for yourself, put profits aside, put savings aside, and figure out what is everything going to cost and what is the business going to earn. You want to then set clear and specific targets for each department of the company. So you know how many leads and sales need to be generated, for example, and what other steps are required so your business can handle that 7 figures of revenue. So you want to have targets for lead generation, targets for sales conversions, targets for serving your customers and fulfilling customers, targets for the finances, targets for growing a team. And once you break the business down into all different segments or departments, everything becomes a lot easier to do. You also want to create a 12-month financial forecast. So you'll know when is the best time to hire someone, the best time to start scaling up, or the best time to launch new offers. And this involves creating a 12-month plan and calculating what the finances will realistically look like over the next year. And that gives you a timeline to work towards. It won't happen, in real life, it won't happen exactly as laid out. Probably not. But it gives you a good idea of when might be a good time to do things. And this is what helps keep you focused, and so you don't fall into chasing shiny objects, like a lot of coaches do. Okay, what else do you need to do? You also need to then turn the tasks that are done daily, probably mostly by you right now, and turn them into systems, turn them into instructions that can be easily outsourced to somebody else. So you want checklists, templates, scripts, audio, video tutorials. Anything that you do, you can replicate it into a system so somebody else can begin to learn how to do it. You also need a team building strategy. Okay, who do you need to hire first and by when? And how are you going to pay them? Right? And are they going to be able to do the job? Are you going to have systems in place? And that's where the first bullet is more important. You've got to have the systems in place before you can bring on a team member. Because if they come in and they aren't following a system, that means they're just making up the tasks as they go along. And that's no better than you doing it. So you've got to have systems in place. Then you've got to have a team building strategy. You also want a time leveraged or automated way of serving customers. You doing one-to-one sessions can't work for much longer. You've probably noticed that, right? So you need to figure out a time leverage way of doing it, which could be something like a membership site or an online program, or group coaching. If you have like a brick and mortar business, you might want to do group coaching or workshops or seminars, which you can delegate those to. I've trained coaches to do seminars for me, to sell from the stage. I've got coaches doing one-to-one coaching, seminars, and group coaching programs for me, and retreats. So, that's just proof you can do it too. Or you create some kind of automated package or program that can be sold online or even as a physical product. But you need something that is not going to be limited by the growth that we're going to create for you. And that's the first thing. Once you get the service scalable, then the rest of the business becomes a lot easier, because then we can just focus on marketing and you can get all those leads and you haven't got to worry about hitting a ceiling. So once you have that product in place, then we need an automatic marketing funnel that captures, nurtures, and converts prospects for you. Okay, so this needs to be automated, or at least delegated to somebody else. You can't be the one doing all the marketing and all the sales, because you need to be doing more important tasks in the business now. You're not a marketing person. You're not a salesperson, most likely. You're probably, if you're in fitness or relationships or something like that, then you're not a marketing person. You don't want to be. You can get systems in place that can create leverage for you, and you can create a small amount of content and have it displayed to thousands of people. We're going to talk about that in the next segment, actually. But You want to get this automated as fast as possible. And hey, if you are a marketing person, let's say you are a marketing consultant or a sales consultant, then you probably have such a good system for doing things, then you want to be outsourcing that too, right? Because if you've already proven yourself as a marketing or salesperson, you've got a process for getting results. If you can bring a team in, or you can package that information into a scalable online product or service, you want to do that even faster. So there's no excuse for you doing all the marketing and sales in the business for anyone. And think about that. Does Richard Branson run his own Facebook ads? Right? Does Elon Musk write his own sales copy for Tesla? Of course not, right? Take the hints. Success leaves clues. So you then want to use Facebook ads and other pay-per-click methods to automate your lead generation into your funnel. And again, we'll talk about that in just a second. But this is overall how my business gives me more freedom and fulfillment. So I get time to relax, go to the spa. I just went out to the spa today, middle of the day. I decided to stop working, went out to the spa, had a treatment. I go and work at coffee shops. I can travel around the world. I get to live in a brilliant villa with a nice view that keeps me energized. And I get time with my little baby boy as well, who you can see there in the photo. And, this is not because I'm such an amazing person. Anyone can do this. Anyone can do this. You don't have to be a big, massive guru name with millions of dollars in the bank either. You don't always need more and more money. You just need more time and leverage. So, and again, it's not just me. I want to reinforce that because anyone can do something for themselves, but can they teach it to other people? Can other people replicate the system? I want to show you that people have. This is Matthew, who owns a fitness facility. And as he says, we've been working together for 12 months. He wanted to launch a brand new fitness facility. He didn't know what to do. He was working on his own. We helped him. We built some real systems. I taught him how to take on a team, built an automated marketing funnel with him. And now he's working half the hours, earning double the income, and is enjoying spending time with his wife and newborn. We've got Luis Ramos here, who he's talking about he's 20x his investment. He means in one of my mentoring programs, and he has an evergreen 100% autopilot little business. He invests around $100 a month and gets 10 new signups to a membership site he's created. So every month he's growing by about $1,000 or $2,000 recurring revenue, and his time does not increase. His revenue is going up, his time is going down. Okay, this is Keith Dean. Remember we said we'd see Keith again. This was brilliant. I love this because about over a year ago, Keith messaged me this. This is straight from my Facebook. And he says his goal is to get to about $50K a month in revenue in his SEO agency. He also wanted $15K a month so his wife could leave her job and they could travel the world together. And he also promised me, and this is going up to everybody now, he promised me when he does that, he'll come to Cyprus and take me out for dinner. Well, Keith messaged me again, not even a year later, about 9 months later after following my program. And he says, fantastic news, we have enough business. My wife gave her notice from that job she hates. Isn't that brilliant to do that for your family? And I want to thank you. So Keith, you owe me a dinner, my friend. And now the world is seeing this video, so it's on record. You owe me some dinner. Get your ass to Cyprus and give me some dinner. And again, Peter Sabo, who we saw earlier as well. But just to reinstate that fact, Peter, just to show that he had the lead generation dialed in, because Peter's a world-leading Facebook ads expert, right? He's really good at this stuff. But that alone caused more problems for him. His biggest dream turned into his biggest nightmare because he got trapped with dozens and dozens of clients that the business wasn't built to serve. So he had to then take a step back, come to get my help to get systems put in and dial everything in and help him grow a team. And now, when he turns his advertising back on, it can now grow and scale smoothly without the stress and the overwhelm. Okay, so that's very important. So you've got the mindset down, secret number one. Then secret number two, you put the right infrastructure in place. The systems, team building systems, financial systems. Now Now step 3 comes into place. Now we can get you a consistent and automated flow of new clients. And we also want to do this without the lame, outdated tactics your market have seen before. Marketing is shifting in a big way. And let's talk about that for a minute. So, first of all, this is one of the most important slides in this video. Never attempt to scale up your coaching business until you have these things in place. Number 1, the systems and infrastructure to support and serve that scalable number of clients. Remember the story with Peter Sabo? He didn't have this in place, and that's what the problem was. So you've got to have this in place first. And secondly, then you put a consistent, reliable, and automated lead generation system. Now we can attempt to scale things up. You also want to have a content strategy to be seen everywhere as an expert and trusted authority in your market. So let's talk about that. And 3 reasons why coaches struggle to get consistent lead flow. They have these up and down months, where one month everything is going great. You're doing $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month. The next month, if 10 customers walk out, you lose $10,000 revenue monthly. That's a big hit. And if you've got outgoings or big rent, or you're paying a team, or you've got an ads budget, it can be like a domino effect that leads to a lot of problems very quickly. This is why most coaching businesses aren't sustainable and don't have that infrastructure yet. That's why it's so powerful. So here's how to do it. Here's 3 things to put in place to get consistent lead flow. Number 1, okay, the first reason coaches struggle is because they rely on pushy advertising instead of helping people. So their marketing has no value. It's not value driven. It's value taking. It's just like adverts like, hey, look at me. I'm the best. Buy my stuff, right? And that doesn't work anymore. Secondly, they're rushing around doing everything, so marketing ends up falling behind. Again, there's no automation, so it just doesn't get done. And the other thing is that they only rely on one platform to get seen. So it's probably Facebook, or they just do blogging, or they just do podcasting. And the problem is, you're not really creating a strong, familiar brand. There's so many untapped audiences that you can get out to if you actually just follow the previous steps. So once you get your system automated, you can do 6, 7, 8 different platforms. And if you're giving value, people will want to see your adverts and want to see your content. And then people start coming to you. That's the difference maker. So you can quickly position yourself as an expert and authority by sharing content that has to inspire, educate, and engage your market. And you want to get your content seen everywhere your market looks. So you become the obvious choice through brand familiarity. So here are the 3 steps I would say to get a consistent leads on Autopilot. Number 1, create a content marketing strategy that gives value. Don't just put adverts saying, hey, give us your email address, or hey, buy my product. No, those things are okay as part of your funnel, but you want to have it all based on a content plan that says, hey, here's some things you might be struggling with. Hey, here's a 20-minute video that gives you value for free. Hey, here's a case study of how this client did this thing. And just don't be afraid to put content out like that, because, it is helping you too, because you're demonstrating your expertise. All your competitors, they're all shouting at the market. They're all saying, I'm the best. Well, you don't have the best experts that make the most money. Don't tell people they're the best. They don't tell people their value. They demonstrate it. That's what content marketing allows you to do. Secondly, you've got to automate that process using a simple funnel and some paid traffic, because you don't want to be making content like every single day. You can make far less content, put it behind some paid traffic like Google ads, YouTube ads, Facebook ads, etc., and then automate it and get it shown to hundreds of thousands or millions of people. It's about leverage. And you also want to display that content on multiple platforms so you tap into new audiences and strengthen your brand familiarity, as I said. So here are some ways that I've personally done that in this business to be seen everywhere as the go-to authority. Okay, we run Facebook ads. We spend thousands of dollars every month on Facebook ads. We take a piece of content, some videos, and we go to a targeted audience that have the interests that we know and say, hey, here's some cool things that can help you. And people love that. They like it. They share it. They tell their friends. And we reach thousands of people every day. Secondly, we do YouTube advertising. Okay, you see our adverts on YouTube, on Google websites, giving more and more value. And there's also dozens of other platforms. So my content gets repurposed on LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, Medium.com, and a bunch of others. Now, I don't make all that content. I make the original content, but then I have a system, I have some automated tools, and I have a team or a content manager that actually helps me repurpose all that content. So I make it once. I spend like 30 minutes a week making content, and my team and my systems get the content strewn across 7 different platforms and get my content seen by hundreds of thousands of people in a week. And this is far easier and far cheaper than you'd imagine. That's the secret. If I could hustle all day, I could post 20 times a day on Facebook and around Facebook groups, but I'm not going to get anywhere near the reach. I'm just being a pest. I just need to make one bit of content a week and get it seen by lots more people. You can also hold things like seminars, workshops, and retreats. So you are putting your time into this, but it's a lot more leverage because you can serve hundreds or thousands of people at once, and you can sell higher ticket items because when you're in person, you have more authority, you build a better connection with the audience. So we'll do seminars sometimes, but I've helped clients generate over $250,000 in a weekend doing seminars. So, there is a bit of time for money there, I guess, but hey, $250,000 for a weekend, I think that's okay, right? and seminars, it is something you can do in the business, but it's more fun, it's more fulfilling. I still do seminars and workshops and retreats. I love it. I get to really do my best work and really just be there and connect with my clients, which is an amazing feeling. And like I said, you can outsource this too. In some of my businesses, I have a fitness business, we have gyms, and I've outsourced and trained my coaches to speak on stage and to do retreats and to sell our products and supplements. So, I would happily help you learn to do the same thing. Then you also want to get media exposure, interviews, guest content. You can get leverage by going to other people that already have an audience. Like I've got an example here with my friend Joss right here. He has a podcast that goes out to his thousands of listeners. He interviews me. I give some content, some tips, some help. He then shares it with his audience, and I get the traffic coming back to me. I've also had my businesses and projects featured on magazines like Forbes, Cosmopolitan, Men's Health, national TV and radio, and you can make specific content that goes out to the media channels. So you can see it's all about content marketing and helping people. And this way, you're not advertising or hard pitching. You're just helping. And people can't help but see you as the authority. Then you want to get your content seen by thousands using paid advertising, right? So this is one video from my Facebook page. If you look down at the bottom left, this one video, it's only 2 minutes 46, but it's been seen by 372,000 coaches. Oh, that's my target audience, right? So think about that. What would happen if 370,000 of your target audience saw one of your videos? You see, it's not about putting out videos every single day that get seen by 20 people. It's about making 10, 20 videos that get seen by thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. That's what grows giant businesses. Here's another one. This is a screenshot taken from a blog post. And we actually gained about 30 members in one of my gyms from advertising a blog post. And this post alone, as you see, had 293 shares and over 1,000 likes. 300,000 of my target audience. So this was a local business. This was advertised in a city for one of our gym challenges. So think about that. The next competitor, they have an advert saying, hey, buy my stuff, discounts, right? And who cares? We put some content out and 293 people share it. They tell their friends, hey, this is great, check this out. What would that do for your business? This is one campaign. We run dozens of these every year. And again, not just me. Here's one of my clients, Danny, who started doing video advertising for the first time. He was skeptical, but we said, hey, Danny, shoot a video and let Facebook do the work for you. Put $5 a day or $10 a day, and in a week, let's see the results. And he did that. And as he says here, in 7 days, he'd spent £43, which is about $55, on a video. And he got £900 or about $1,000 in sales come back from that. He didn't even make an offer in the videos. He was just giving tips, being friendly, being himself, and people came back to him because it got shown to thousands of people. And they came back and said, hey, how do I work with you? This sounds really cool. Right, we've got Jimmy, another coach in the program, and he's gained 95 new members to his program in a couple of weeks doing this. We've got Anthony Joyner, who's a digital marketing expert, and doing this methodology has helped him make over $50,000 in revenue. Now he's positioned himself as an authority in the market as well, and that's now getting him meetings with 8 to 9 figure earners and a meeting with a billionaire scheduled. So, what could it do for you? And Eve here, another fitness professional, going from 20 to 34 clients in a week and getting a near 100% close rate. Because people are coming in with a different perception of you. When you start with content marketing and they see all the social proof on the post, then they come to you expecting to pay you more because you are the authority of that marketplace now. And Imran, another one of our clients here again. We know Imran is just brilliant at this. And when he started using this methodology and sharing more content and building a sales funnel the way I advised him to, the big ticket sales started rolling in even easier and at a much lower advertising rate. That's the thing about content marketing, guys, as well. Another tip for you is that content marketing will slash your advertising costs. Because if you put a hard, pitchy advert, Facebook don't like that, so they'll charge you more money for every click. But if you put content, people share it, and Facebook slashes the price. Your advertising costs will at least halve in price, and you get better results. So you'll halve your ad spend, and you'll get double the results too. Okay, Lance, another one. I help Lance with seminars and workshops, as we talked about, a great way to make money in your business. And in one of our phone calls, I gave him a few tips. He tweaked some things. He then made over $25,000. Or Louise Congdon, another one. We helped him with his high-ticket program, helping people launch podcasts. Helped him make over $8,000 in half an hour. So when you do all this stuff, the mindset, the systems, and the marketing automation, now your business starts working for you instead of you working for it. So let's do a quick test, shall we? Is your business systemized and scalable based on what we discussed in this tutorial? So ask yourself the following questions. Are you clear and confident of your target client and your vision for the company? Do you have scalable products and programs? Is your audience and mailing list growing daily on Autopilot? Do you have a sales funnel that nurtures and converts leads for you? Are you taking advantage of Facebook ads and other traffic strategies? Do you have a plan to outsource systems and scale up? Because if you don't have authority in the eyes of the marketplace, this is why you're struggling. A lot of coaches don't have those things in place. And if you're not scaling up, if life doesn't feel smooth, if you're not having the freedom you want, then I can guarantee it's because of these problems. You don't have the authority in the eyes of the market, so you're always haggling and doing discounts and hustling to get leads rather than let them come to you. You don't have systems and services that give you scale and freedom, so you're doing all the tasks, putting out all the fires every day. And you don't have a marketing system that generates leads 24/7, giving you consistent and reliable incoming leads so you can rest easy and know you can afford to scale. So with all those things, you end up with not enough clients. And what are the consequences of all of this? Let's get serious now. Most of the coaches I work with, and me myself when I was in this position, I don't know about you, but I had an inconsistent and unpredictable income, which sucked. I felt tied to my business all the time. It was always a problem to deal with. I was caught in the time for money trap, like most coaches are. They're busy and overwhelmed with tasks that you hate to do. And maybe you're frustrated and you're quickly losing passion for your industry. And you're looking at other options when it doesn't need to be that way. How much is it costing you then to not handle this? I would say it's costing you at least $50,000 a month or more in revenue that you could be earning with a lot more free time. It could be costing you time watching your kids grow up. It could be costing you relationships like it cost me. It could be costing you your health and that stress and that burnout. What is all that costing you? Really think about this because it is pivotal at this level. So you've got two choices, the way I see it. You could do all this yourself, the slow way, trial and error, like I did. Took me months and months to learn all this, to create the systems, to validate those systems, to get the mindset right, to kind of figure things out on my own. Or we can show you a faster way. Now, there is a shortcut to creating a scalable coaching business that's going to give you more freedom. And that's because I'm personally mentoring 100 coaches over the next 12 months. Okay, and this is in my system. Okay, I have a new program. It's the Expert Business Blueprint Mentoring Program and Private Mastermind. This is a mastermind coaching program, and there is an element of one-to-one help as well. In fact, it's a 12-month mentoring program with 5 online modules, one-on-one mentoring, and weekly accountability in a private mastermind. You and I, first of all, will create your 12-month business plan together. Me and you will get on the phone and we'll go through all your financials. We'll go through the systems. We'll go through your team if you have any. We'll look at your goals, your vision, and we'll help you get all the things we talked about in this video into place in record speed. Then you'll get a monthly coaching session with one of my business coach specialists. So you'll get one-on-one coaching from one of my experts who has real businesses. They've grown real brick and mortar businesses and they understand all the back-end systems of business, and they're going to help you out, hold you accountable, work on your mindset, and help you through any sticking points you might have. Okay, so you get the Expert Business Blueprint, 5 modules, never shared anywhere else. 1 year of weekly group mentoring calls. So every week we have group mentoring calls too to keep you accountable, to ask us questions and to blow past sticking points. And we give you our done-for-you templates and swipes for your business and marketing funnel. So think of all the templates and things that would help you, like financial tracking sheets, job descriptions, org chart templates, phone call scripts, content templates, marketing funnel templates, email automation follow-up systems. We have them all, and I give them all to you in this program. And it's the exact system I've used to grow multiple coaching businesses, and I also teach this to my 7-figure clients. But it's not going to be for every coach watching this. Let me tell you who this is for. If we look at this model right here, there are 3 phases to business that we primarily deal with, okay? We have the startup level, which is you're making around 2 to 5K a month. You're in the startup phase. If you've got past that point, you're then in the growth phase, where you're probably making between 5 and 10K a month right now. And that's the position where most people start feeling drained. Their diary is fully booked. More and more tasks are landing on your lap, and you feel uncertain about what to do next. There's also another level, the scale-up level, where you're doing over 10K a month. It could be 10, 20, some of my clients do 50 or 70K a month, some do over $1 million a year, but you're at that level of scaling where things are stable with revenue, but you're a bit frustrated because you don't know what to do next, or you need to grow your team, or you need more consistent leads. Well, this program is ideally suited to these 2 levels. Okay, this is not for startups. If you're not making at least $5,000 a month yet, we'll politely decline you from this program because it's not for startups. This is for you if you're either in the growth phase, you're doing 5, 10K a month, you've got a nice little 6-figure business, or if you're doing 10K plus a month and you want to scale to 7 figures or higher, this is exactly for you. So to take the next step, you can book a call with our program director to see if it's a right fit for you. And again, this program is going to give you a systemized and scalable business that serves your lifestyle first. The ability to scale or even sell your coaching business. In fact, we helped one of our clients in the program go from a burned out solopreneur to selling his training business for 6 figures within just 90 days. I helped him do that. And this program is also going to give you an automated marketing and sales funnel that gives you consistent and predictable lead flow. We show you how to build these things and how to even outsource the process. It's going to give you a content marketing system to be seen everywhere as a trusted authority in your niche. Like I said, what I do is the repurposing systems, how to get your programs distributed, repurposed, and syndicated amongst multiple platforms so you have several streams of leads coming into your business every day. And ultimately, it's going to give you a new mindset, that of a real business owner with more clarity, vision, and a renewed passion for what you do. So follow the link below and book a call. My program director has set aside 50 minutes to help you one-on-one. And on the phone, we can get to know you and your business a little more, see if this program is right for you, and we'll work through your biggest sticking points. And if working together is the right step, we will then let you know about the program. Okay? But if not, there's no obligation. You're not going to get a hard sales pitch. You're definitely not. If our team were to hard sales pitch you, that would damage my reputation. It's not how we do things. We're very different to most people in this market because we turn away more people than we allow into the program. Like I said, the first criteria is if you're not making at least $5,000 a month, you will not be accepted into the program. Sure, we could easily take the money and give you a program, but we don't want to do that. It's just not the right thing to do at that point. So we want to make sure the program is right for you. We don't accept just anyone. We want to make sure that you're a highly ambitious entrepreneur, you've got a great program or a great methodology to turn into a program, and that you really want scale and freedom, and also that you're a really cool person because you're going to be getting intimately involved in our private mastermind for the next 12 months, and you're going to work with me personally on the phone and my business coach. So we want to make sure that it's a good fit, we've got a good chemistry, you like us, we like you, and that we can definitely help you. Yes, we can really help you. That's the main thing. Okay, so this is best suited for coaches, consultants, trainers, professionals who want to earn at least $100,000 a month with scale to reach more people and the freedom to enjoy life on their terms. So again, a couple more stories of clients in our program. Okay, we've got Josiah here, online fitness coach. We helped him launch a membership so he could step away from one-to-one and spend more time with his wife and daughter. Very quickly, he started gaining dozens of clients, and that keeps growing. We've got Shane, who's a nutrition coach online, helps other fitness professionals too, and helped him launch some programs, get his marketing running, added an extra $1,000 a month to his income in the first month. Okay, we've got Ahmed, who says, every time I invest in your stuff, I get a 10x value back in revenue. Okay, Sam Beagle, fitness professional, came into the program, made £1,500 in a matter of minutes, just changing some things we showed him in the business. Leon Benjamin, who's an Instagram expert, says this is the most ROI he's ever experienced in a program. We've got Jimmy Helly, a coach in Australia, started using Facebook ads. We taught him the simple way to do it. He says here, I haven't even watched the full training on Facebook. I thought I'd just give it a crack, and I'm getting leads for $1 each. So he's putting just $10 a day into Facebook, getting 10 leads a day. We've got Danny Clark, who actually helps people with their home-based businesses. He's now doing over $10,000 a month with a leveraged group coaching program. Got John Compton, who's a men's fitness coach, and he's started doing £8,000 of repeat business. He's now growing his team. He's got a coach on board, 2 coaches on board, and he's removing himself from the day-to-day. Okay, got Gaurav here, who is a online marketing expert. He was able to walk away with a call with a $300,000 plus profit business plan. Okay, so think about it. If you were making over high 6 figures and you had plenty of time to enjoy your new lifestyle, what would that be worth to you? Book in the call below, and we'll see if it's for you. You can also check out this page. There's a lot more success stories, and if you'd like to contact any of those people, if you'd like to talk to us and ask more questions, please do. We'll drop some options in below as well if you have any questions first that we can help you out with. But I would love to work with you this year, and hopefully it's a good fit. Follow the steps below, and I look forward to seeing you very soon.